Usually March is a big deal for us purely because the Milky Way Core is finally coming back. That alone is enough to get me out of bed at 3 AM, but 2026? This year is doing something completely different. We aren't just getting the return of the galaxy, we're getting a total lunar eclipse right alongside it. It's literally the biggest month for Aussie astrophotographers we've seen in years. What have I told you? You didn't need a camera worth thousands of dollars to capture this. If you have a camera, any camera sitting in a bag, gathering dust, this is the month you need to charge those batteries. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through a complete 3-tier roadmap for March. We're talking about specific timings for the eclipse, where to find the 2 best deep sky objects in the heavens, and how to capture the return of the galactic core without getting bogged down in complicated math. You can literally start planning all of this right now. I'm Matt Clarke, and you're watching Nightscape Odyssey. If you've been struggling through the Australian heat, I've got good news. The break is finally here. March is the sweet spot, the air's getting crisper, the nights are getting longer, and for us down under, the skies are about to put on a serious show. Now, I know looking at the star charts can be very overwhelming, so today, to keep things simple, we're breaking this down into a 3-tier target list. Tier 1 is the stuff you can shoot with your basic gear, even binoculars, or in some cases a phone. Tier 2 is for those of you with smart telescopes, and I've got some exciting news for you about the Dwarf Mini in that section, so hang around for that. And Tier 3, that's for the dedicated nightscapers ready to lose a bit of sleep for that perfect shot. Whether you're rocking a smart telescope or a 10-year-old DSLR with a kit lens, your first jaw-dropping photo is definitely awaiting you this month. So grab a coffee, let's get into the details and dive into the biggest events in the 2026 calendar. First off, circle March the 3rd on your calendar in a permanent marker. This is the big one. We're getting a total lunar eclipse, and unlike some solar eclipses where you've had to travel to specific corners of the continent, this one is putting on a show for all of us in Australia. Now, timing is everything with an eclipse, and I know calculating time zones can be a headache. To make this dead simple for you, I've put together a downloadable card with the exact start and peak times for every single Australian state. You can grab that for free on my website, and I'll leave a link in the description below so you can save it into your phone and have it ready to go when you're out there. Now, let's get the gear myth out of the way. A lot of beginners try to shoot the moon and end up with a glowing blob. Don't worry, I've been there and done it myself. It isn't about memorizing numbers, it's about understanding the light crash. When the eclipse starts, the moon is basically a giant reflector. It's really bright. Your camera handles this relatively easily. It can get thousands of times darker in a matter of hours. You need to be ready to adjust things on the fly. During totality, you'll need to slow that shutter speed right down and let that camera soak up as much light as possible. And don't be afraid to push your camera's sensitivity up. And whatever you do, don't trust that infinity symbol on your lens. I've been caught out so many times with that. Also, autofocus will absolutely fail you once it gets dark, and the infinity mark is rarely accurate. While the moon is still bright and partial, use the bright edge of the moon to set your autofocus. Next, flip that switch on your lens to manual or MF. And finally, don't touch that ring again. You can even use a strip of gaffer tape to hold it down if you have to. And that's all there really is to it. If you keep shooting consistently as the shadow crosses, you can create a composite image that shows the transition from white to red. It's a total game changer for your portfolio, so give that one a go. Secondly, if you aren't ready to pull an all-nighter for an eclipse, or if you just want something you can shoot in the early evening, the planetary alignment this month are super helpful for capturing your composition. On March the 8th, look west shortly after sunset. We've got a beautiful conjunction of Venus and Saturn. Venus is going to blaze really bright, so you can't miss it. And Saturn will be tucked right next to it, but much fainter. This is perfect for what I call landscape astrophotography. You don't need a tracker for this, you just need a sturdy tripod and a nice foreground. Find a gum tree or a rock formation or even a local landmark. Frame it up so the planets are interacting with the landscape, And since Venus is so bright, it actually helps you focus, which makes this a great practice run for beginners. The mid-north around the 15th to the 18th, shift your gaze to the morning sky. We have Mercury and Mars pairing up. This is a bit trickier because they're much lower on the horizon. But if you have a clear view east over the ocean or over a valley, it's a fantastic sight. Just remember to keep your exposure short enough so that the planets remain a sharp point of light and they don't streak. Keep it simple. Focus on the landscape and let the planets do the work for you. Now, let's talk about Tier 2. This is for those of you that are interested in deep sky imaging without the headache of heavy gear. And I've been getting a lot of questions about smart telescopes lately. And I'll have to let you in on something I've been working on. I've been testing the Dwarf Mini extensively over the last few weeks, and honestly, it really exceeds my expectations. I was skeptical given the size, but the results I'm getting are genuinely impressive. It's compact, the software is snappy, and it handles stacking surprisingly well. I'm putting the finishing touches to a full in-depth review that I've done in the field that I will be dropping in the coming weeks. I'm going to push it to its absolute limits, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that review. If you're already looking at picking one up, I've got a link to the Dwarf Mini in the description below. If you choose to purchase through my link, I may make a small commission at no extra charge to you. It helps the channel out and allows me to continue making videos like this one. And what should you point the Dwarf Mini at this month? Since we're in the Southern Hemisphere, we have the best seats in the house for two absolute icons. First, we have the Tarantula Nebula. It's massive. It's actually located in the Large Magellanic Cloud. And if you point your smart telescope at this, you're not just seeing a smudge, you're going to see complex filaments and knots of gas. It's big, it's bright, it's large, and it cuts through light pollution surprisingly well. The second target on my list, and it's my personal favourite, is Omega Centauri. It looks like a fuzzy star to the naked eye, but zoom in on it and it explodes into millions of stars. It's the largest globular cluster in the sky. Some astronomers think it's actually the ancient core of a galaxy that the Milky Way absorbed billions of years ago. So you've got the gear. Now, where do you go? Get away from street lights if you can, but honestly, modern stacking tech like what's in the Dwarf Mini can capture these even from the suburbs. Now, this is where the magic happens. Tier 3. For us Australian nightscapers, March marks the return of the king. The Milky Way Core, the brightest, most detailed part of the galaxy, is finally rising again in the pre-dawn hours. It's been below the horizon for a few months, and yep, I've missed it, and probably like you too. But there's a catch. You have to earn it this month. In March, the core, which sits right below Scorpius and Sagittarius, starts rising in the south around 2 AM to 3 AM. But it should be fully up by 4:30 AM, just before astronomical twilight kicks in and washes out the sky. And it's in a beautiful position. This means you are either staying up very late or waking up very early. It'll be an absolute drain on you, but when you see the arch beginning to form over the ocean or the bush, it's totally worth it. It's totally worth every second of sleep that you lose. Look for the hook shape of Scorpius. It's a dead giveaway. Find a leading line, a fence, a jetty, a road pointing south or southeast. Let that lead the viewer's eye right into the heart of the galaxy. You can literally try this tonight if you don't have any clouds or moon. Just dust off the tripod you bought for your family portraits. It will do the job perfectly. So a quick recap for the March hit list. March the 3rd, the Total Lunar Eclipse. Don't forget to grab the free timing card from the link below so you don't miss Totality in your state. March the 8th, Venus and Saturn conjunction in the west. And all month targets, Omega Centauri and the Tarantula Nebula for your deep sky fix, perfect for testing out that Dwarf Mini. And then pre-dawn, the return of the Milky Way Core. The season is changing and the skies are opening up. If you're finding this helpful and you're already getting great ideas for your next shoot, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I've got so many more tips and tricks coming to help you level up your photography, plus the Dwarf Mini review coming soon. Your support lets me make more guides like this one. If you go out and shoot the eclipse or the core, drop me a comment below. I read and answer every single one and I'd love to know how you went. Your jaw-dropping photo is awaiting you. I'm Matt Clarke, this is Nightscape Odyssey, and I'll see you in the next video.